Well, hello, my name is Juana Carolina Melendez. For my final English project, I will be interviewing an undergraduate student who is Mauricio Calogero, who is next to me. He's a he's in seventh cycle and he's studying in San Ignacio University. I'm going to interview him about their university experience and their major, which is industrial engineer as me. Through this interview, I hope to learn more about the career and what inspired him to choose it. Well, we're gonna start the interview with the next question, which is, what were your reasons for studying industrial engineer?
Hi Carolina. To be honest with you, my first choice was not industrial engineering. I've always loved animals and initially wanted to study zoology or veterinarian medicine or something like that. Something related to animal behaviors because biology fascinates me. However, I realized that in Peru there aren't many opportunities in those fields, and I've started looking for a career with broader possibilities. Industrial engineering stood out because it provides me a wide range of skills and knowledge applicable to any industry. My goal is to eventually combine these skills with my passion for the animals, perhaps work in the livestock or maybe the agricultural sector, where I can make a difference.
Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting to know. Well, the next question that is, what are the biggest challenges you have faced academically?
I will say the biggest challenge for me has been adapting to the demands of the university life. While the subjects themselves haven't been too difficult, managing time effectively has been a real test. For example, I remember one particularly tough week when I have two big assignments and tests and back to back. It felt overwhelming, but it pushed me to learn how to prioritize and plan better. Now I rely on tools like Excel and calendars to organize my work and stay on track, which has helped me feel more in control of my studies.
Ooh, I I agree with you that tools like Excel are really important and helps you in a lot of things. Well, and the third question that is, what related projects or work have you carried out in your career?
So far, my experience has mostly been through university projects. One of the most interesting ones involves analyzing the workflow of a small restaurant to identify inefficiencies. We used tools like flowcharts and basic data analysis to propose chance that reduce customer waiting times. Even though it was a simple project, it was exciting to see how small improvements can have a big impact. I've also worked on optimizing inventory for a family business, which gave me a glimpse into real world problem solving.
Ooh, okay, that's that's cool. Okay, the fourth question is, how do you see the relationship between theory and practice in your file or study?
Well, I think theory is the foundation, but practice is where the real learning happens. For example, in class we learned about lean manufacturing and process optimization, but it wasn't until I applied these concepts in a project that I fully understood their importance. Practical work teaches you how to handle an unexpected challenge and adapt theories to specific situations. It also helps and to you develop soft skills like teamwork and communication, which are crucial in any engineer field.
Yeah, it's I think it's the same because in the practice it's different in comparison with the theory. Yeah. And the next question is, how do you stay updated with the latest trends and technologies in industrial engineering?
I make it a habit to read articles and watch videos about new developments in the field. Platforms like LinkedIn are also great for connecting with professionals and following different news. Recently, I've been exploring tools like Power BI and simulation software for our online tutorials. I believe it's important to stay curious and always look for opportunities to learn, whether it's through formal education or self-study.
So yeah, I think that's a that's that's true that you need to learn for yourself. Okay, the another question that is, have you completed any certifications or continuing education that have helped you in your career?
And yes, I've earned an advanced index certification, which has been incredibly useful. With Excel, I've been able to manage and analyze data more efficiently using features like pivot tables, advanced formulas, and even macros. This skill has been a game changer, especially especially for projects involving data analysis, organizations, and reporting. I'm also planning to pursue certifications in project management and maybe data analysis to expand my skill set further.
That will be good to spend to your in many courses as you can. Okay, the other question that is, have you had the opportunity to work while studying or do an internship? How was the experience?
Well, I haven't done a formal internship yet, but I've worked on smaller projects and helped my family business. One example was improving the scheduling and inventory system for a small store. It was a great learning experience because it showed me how to even simple change can have big impact. It also reinforced the importance of understanding the unique needs of a business before proposing solutions.
Mm, okay, I think that's that good. Okay, the other question that is, what did you learn during your internship that you could not learn in class?
Although I haven't had an official internship yet, from my project experience, I've learned that the real world situations often come with unexpected challenge. For example, in the classroom, you work with controlled situations, but in practice, things like incomplete data or communication gaps can complicate the process. This experience has taught me to stay adaptable, ask the right questions, and focus on finding practical solutions.
Okay, yeah, I think okay. The other question that is, how important is teamwork and collaboration in your work?
Well, teamwork is the heart of industrial engineering. Almost every project involves collaboration, and success depends on how well a team communicates and works together. In one group project, we divide tasks based on each member's strengths and stay the regular communications to ensure everything was on the track. It taught me that listening to others' perspectives and being open to feedback are just as important as technical skills.
Okay, yeah, I think that's true. The teamwork is the heart of the career. It's all a team that works. Okay, the last question that is, what advice do you have for someone who is just starting the career in this field?
Well, my advice will be to stay curious and proactive. Don't wait for the opportunities to come to you. Seek them out, even if they are small projects or volunteer work. Build a strong foundation in tools like Excel, Power BI, and don't underestimate the power of the networking. Connect with classmates, professors, and industry professionals. This to learn from their experience. And the most importantly, explore different areas of industrial engineering to discover what excites you the most.
Okay, okay, that I think, yeah, that's a good advice. Well, thank you, Mauricio, for being here. And yeah, I think this the end of the interview.
Thank you for you, Carolina.
Thank you. Well, that's it.